Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something pretty fascinating in the Linux world. A real split in thinking, you could say.
Yeah, it's about two major new releases. Debian 13, Trixie, and Linux Mint Debian Edition 7, Gigi.
Right, and the interesting part is they share the exact same DNA, the same core, rock solid. But they approach, well, you, the user, completely differently.
Exactly. So our mission here is to kind of break down that difference for you. Is it maximum control you're after, or do you just want things to work, like, immediately? Maximum convenience.
And it's important to stress, right, that performance-wise, they're basically identical.
Pretty much. Same Debian 13 base, same kernel 6.1.2. The raw speed isn't the debate. It's about philosophy. Who gets to make the decisions? You or the distro developers?
Okay, let's tackle Debian 13 Trixie first.
The giant, the foundation.
Yeah.
It took them, what, over 2 years?
Over 2 years, yeah. And, people forget Debian runs a huge chunk of the internet. Ubuntu builds on it. Mint builds on Ubuntu. It's foundational. So what's actually new in Trixie that matters, even if you're, say, not running a massive web server?
Well, the kernel jump is pretty big, from 6.1 to 6.12 LTS.
LTS meaning long-term support.
Right, long-term support. And that jump isn't just a number. It means much better support for the newest hardware. Think modern Intel laptops, Arrow Lake, AMD's RDNA 4 graphics.
So better compatibility, better power management maybe?
Exactly, especially on laptops.
Yeah.
Plus, you get security patches way out until, I think, December 2026. So it's very stable, very secure.
But there's a bigger strategic play here too, isn't there? Something about hardware.
Ah, yes. RISC-V. Trixie is the first major distribution to officially support the RISC-V 64-bit architecture.
And RISC-V, that's the open source processor design.
That's the one. It's a massive signal. Debian is basically investing in a future that isn't locked into Intel or ARM. It's about, potential hardware freedom down the line, or real long-term vision.
That freedom, that potential, it's kind of Debian's whole deal.
Oh, what?
It comes with maybe a downside, all that choice.
Oh, definitely. Debian ships with, over 69,000 software packages.
Wow.
Yeah, and multiple desktop environments right out of the gate. You want GNOME 48?
Yeah.
KDE Plasma 6.3?
Yep.
XFCE 4.20 for older machines. Sure.
That sounds great, but couldn't that just paralyze a new user? So many options.
Absolutely can. Debian gives you everything and expects you to choose. It forces you to learn to configure, which is why it's perfect for servers or for people who really want to get under the hood of Linux. The documentation is fantastic, but you will be reading it.
Okay, so Debian is scale control, maybe a steep learning curve.
Right.
So then let's flip the coin. LMDE 7 Gigi, Linux Mint Debian Edition. It takes that same powerful base and does what with it?
It simplifies radically. LMDE's original purpose, was always as Mint's insurance policy.
Insurance against what?
Against, anything happening with Ubuntu, their usual base.
Yeah.
If Ubuntu suddenly changed direction or, imploded as some feared, Mint could switch everyone to LMDE overnight.
Oh, okay. A fallback plan.
Exactly. But for the user today, LMDE is all about opinionated convenience, removing decisions you don't really need to make for a desktop.
And opinionated means they've made the choices for you, like the desktop.
Precisely. LMDE 7 only comes with Cinnamon 6.4, which is Mint's own very polished desktop, no choice needed there, and it's pre-configured for a smooth start.
What kind of configuration are we talking about?
The classic stuff that trips up newcomers, multimedia codecs, they just work. You can play videos, music right away, no hunting for packages.
Okay, that's big.
And Timeshift, the backup tool, it's integrated right into the installer. Sets up system snapshots automatically. Plus, the driver manager finds proprietary stuff like NVIDIA graphics drivers for you.
So all those little hurdles that, Linux veterans maybe forget about, LMDE just smooths them over.
Completely. They've decided on the best experience for a typical desktop user and delivered it. Everything potentially controversial or complex is handled.
Which probably makes updates a bit safer too, since they only test against Cinnamon.
Generally, yes. The Mint team vets updates specifically for that configuration. And it's often better for gaming, too, because they pre-install things like Proton or Wine compatibility layers. It's more ready to go for entertainment.
So LMDE 7 is for someone who hears Debian stability and thinks yes, but hears configure everything and thinks no thanks.
That's the perfect summary. You get the rock-solid base, the security, the long support, but without any of the initial setup complexity. You click install, you boot up, and you have a polished working desktop immediately.
Okay, so wrapping this up for listeners, it's not really about which one is better quality-wise. They share that core.
Not at all. Both are excellent, stable, secure systems built on years of Debian development.
It really comes down to that initial question, control versus convenience.
Exactly. Debian 13 Trixie. Choose everything, configure everything, learn deeply, maximum control. LMDE 7 Gigi. Install it, use it. Polished desktop, zero fuss, maximum convenience.
The choice is about what you value most in your operating system.
Right. And that brings us back to that risk 5 point, maybe for a final thought.
Go on.
Well, if Debian is pushing towards these open hardware architectures, challenging Intel and ARM, what does that mean long term? Does the convenience focus of something like Mint mean they'll stick with the familiar proprietary hardware longer? Or will Debian's influence eventually pull the entire ecosystem, even the convenience-focused parts, towards more open standards?
So will the drive for openness eventually force convenience, or will convenience win out over openness for most users?
It's a tension to watch, I think.
Yeah.
How that plays out over the next, say, 5 years could really shape the future of desktop Linux, and maybe even hardware itself. Something for you to think about.